for Juan Miguel, question lang. Kasi when this whole BL craze started months ago, there was that argument na BL series should not be labeled as gay series. What's your take on that?
Oh, this requires a dissertation paper. Pero, in short, okay, I believe that every genre starts employing certain oppressive and problematic elements. But but every genre also undergoes revisionism. Genres, not history. It's very important na revise some genres the moment that they start oppressing, they start peddling oppressive, oppressive status quo. For example, in the case of BL, this is, I mean no disrespect by the way sa mga female writers ng BL na parang some people are saying kasi na parang this cannot be BL because it's written by a gay man. So ako parang if you don't want to call it BL, then okay, I'm not going to call it BL, I'm going to call it a romantic comedy. Pero sa akin is parang I think we should be open sa mga klase ng revisions na pwedeng pagdaanan ng isang genre. Kasi for example dito sa BL ang naging problematic kasi before na recurring na element sa mga BL ay kapag sinabi ng isang lalaki na I don't like men, I just like him, meaning hindi ako bakla, exception lang siya, which may be true for some people, but kapag inulit siya ng inulit, may nangyayaring erasure of the queer identity of being gay. So yun yung ano lang na parang I think since tawag dito, Karen, take back our own story. Sorry paulit-ulit na lang ako sa tagline namin. Pero yeah, I think it's about time na marinig natin yung mga bakla. Kahit alam nyo kung kahit ano pa yung itawag ng label sa kanila. As for me, it doesn't matter kung tawagin nyo itong BL or hindi. Ang importante sa akin ay mas maraming bakla ang makapagkwento ng kwento ng mga bakla. And that goes for lesbians too, for people of trans and femme experiences. They should all be allowed to tell their own stories.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Good luck. Thanks, Von.
Thank you so much. Maraming salamat, Kate Adahar. Next naman ay si Amanda Lago of Rappler. Hi, Amanda.
Hi guys. So my question is for JP and Gege. This was, or actually also Paolo and Ian. This was filmed in quarantine. What were the challenges of filming while in quarantine, and were there any scenes that you envisioned differently and that you had to let go of because of the limitations?
JP, you take this one na. JP, sabi ko ikaw na sumagot.
Direct?
Okay. Sige. Wala, naghang yata si JP. So, antag dito, definitely there were adjustments in the script because of the quarantine, but I think the entire team would agree na we were able to take the challenge and, you know, the thing kasi about restrictions sometimes because the thing about restrictions sometimes ay pinipuwer sa kanya na lalong maging mas malikhain. And I'd like to think na gano'n naman yung nangyari sa amin ng creative team na we were able to improvise, we were able to come up with things that we wouldn't have come up with kung sakaling mas malaya kami. So, ayun yung sagot ko ron sa isa. Pagdating sa and definitely, dito, kudos talaga sa team namin for following the strict rules ng Interguild Alliance. in making sure na everyone was safe and everyone was tested before and after the shoot. And siguro kung yung challenges na lang pagdating doon sa performance itself, ayun, iwan ko na yun sa kay Paolo at sa kay Ian. Kumusta yun, Ian? Sa'yo, yung mag-shoot na mag-rehearse ng naka-face shield at face mask.
Yeah, I mean, like, definitely yun yung, like, one of the big challenges for me. Kasi, like, as an actor, you sort of had to feel everything that's on set. Parang, sorry, this is medyo technical, but, like, endow the space na parang, as much as it's a set, it's also, like, as a character kasi, dito ka nakatira. Tapos parang, may face shield ka, tapos may face mask. Tapos hindi ka parang, alam mo yun, hindi ka pretend na this is real, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So that's like one of the big things, which is why actually, like, hangang-hanga ako to some of the formats na ginagawa ng mga BLs right now. For example, Game Boys or like Hello Stranger, na through Zoom yung interaction nila. Parang, like, I can imagine how hard it is to interact with like face shields and face masks. What more through a screen lang, diba? So yun yung number one thing talaga for me as an actor na like I super had to deal with in quarantine. How about you, Pao?
Yeah. Well, I share a lot of the sentiments that Ian just expressed. Pero for me, yung working in the pandemic for me there was just no way that I couldn't accept it, because a lot of people, if you look at the rates, unemployment rates, they're skyrocketing, and then so many people have lost their jobs. And so for me, and this question was actually asked din sa akin, and I maintain my response na parang I find it a travesty to not work when so many people have lost their jobs, and this was an opportunity that I thought was at the right time. Like, look at the political climate, the conversations that are being started, the Academy Awards, diba? Yung institutional, yung Oscars, diba? They just released just this month yung mga standards on representation and all that. So, and the number of BLs that have just been released. So for me, naging malaki talaga siyang driving force for me to pursue this project, considering that I have med school, right? That I was so unsure of whether classes were, diba? Whether I would have classes, let alone or how, diba? How they'd be conducted. So for me, this really just lit a fire under my toot, to really just give it my all. The face mask, the face shields, the protocols, they're nothing compared to the message that we want to that we want people to receive. So yeah, it was a lot of hard work, kasi syempre you have to help in a lot of ways because the production is limited, and then you have a 65-page protocol to follow, and there are safety officers checking your every move. Aside from the financial burden, it's placed upon the production, the cast, the set, the crew, and upon us. So for me, working in the pandemic was a unique situation in that it was such a strong motivator if you want to spread the message to everyone that you believe is that you believe the time is right. When you believe the time is right. So, yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks, Amanda.
Thank
Thank you so much. Pero I'd like to throw the same question then kay Adrian. Adrian, similar din ba yung experience mo kina Pao and kina Ian?
Yes? Hey, sorry. Hello po.
Hi.
Hi. Yeah, actually, never akong lumabas ng bahay since March. Since sinat yung lockdown. And I remember I was really, really scared talaga to go out. At the same time, sobrang gutom na rin akong umarte. Like, so ilang buwan din na bakante in terms of acting. Pero kasi very, amazing team ang ang gaya sa pelikula kasi nag-ano kami, we did seminar pa, tapos they assured us, okay, as in talaga nasunod lahat. Ni funny thing lang na nangyari nung isang eksena, nakalimutan. Ang sobrang sobrang supposedly dramatic yung eksena at very heavy na. Pang na siya pang episode, ano ba yan? Pang episode 7, ganyan. Oo, yan. Tapos okay na, nagsa-start na si Ian, si Paolo. Tapos yun, biglang cut. Naka-face shield. Nalimutan akong tanggalin. So yung mga sorry, hindi ko makalimutan yun. Maraming ganong instances na akala mo nasanay ka na. Tapos sorry, ayun. Maraming ang daming adjustment, ang daming nakakapanibago siya. Tapos nakakapanibago din na may makasama kang maraming tao na dati nasa loob ka lang ng bahay. Pero ayun. Salamat din sa care ng buong team, ng buong production. At very apparent yung care na yon mula sa pagsulat, sa food, lahat. Lahat. At yun, naalagaan lahat at ramdam ang pagmamahal.
Nakakatawa marinig yung mga ganyang kwento yan, no? Yung mga nakalimutan yung face shield. Gusto namin malaman pa kung ano pa yung mga experience na yan sa mga naging shooting ninyo. Pero meron lang tayong question for you again sa chatline. Sabi dito, based on the trailer, is it right to assume that your character will be a supporter of the characters of Carl and Vlad?
Definitely super. Super yung support. Pero hanggang din lang masasabi ko.
Yes, hanggang doon muna tayo. Ayan, maraming ganyan. And of course,
parang delikado.
and ang next set of questions will come from RJ Matero. Hi, RJ.
Hello po. Congratulations po sa casting crew.